top 5 hottest killers. Top 5 hottest killers in horror movies. And it's produced by user @ParisNicholson.
Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 hottest killers in horror movies. We've all been there. You're watching a scary movie and you think to yourself, somewhere in the deepest, darkest recesses of your mind, would it be kind of hot to be chased by this killer? And the answer is yes, it would be kind of hot, mostly horrible because you end up dead, but at least you're getting attention. Number 5 is Hannibal Lecter, mostly because he's like super intelligent and really worldly and cultured, and the conversation will be so stimulating that you'll forget that he's a gross, balding old man and you'll start to think that he's hot, and that's okay. He's got an electrifying charisma, and because he's a cannibal, we know he eats ass. Number 4 is Michael Myers. He's tall, dark, and questionably handsome, and according to Dead by Daylight, he has a killer body. Side note, top 5 hottest Dead by Daylight characters coming soon. Anyway, he's a strong silent type if ever there was one, and he can pick you up with such ease that it makes you feel like a little waif. Like, oh, Michael, carry me away. Like, yeah, he's probably gonna stab you and put your head in a pumpkin, but it's hot until then. Number 3 is Jason Voorhees. Yeah, he stole Michael Myers' entire gig in that he's tall and silent and kills people while wearing a mask, but he does it in a hotter way. The hockey mask is way hotter than William Shatner's crusty old face, and also a machete is hotter than a kitchen knife. And instead of being a killer in the suburbs of Illinois, which is very not hot, he's a killer at a slutty summer camp. I mean, come on. If this man came into my cabin in the middle of the night with this mask and a machete, I'm sorry, I'm making all the wrong choices and I'm dying tonight. The number 2 hottest killer in a horror movie is the log from the opening scene of Final Destination 2. Honestly, this log made such an impact. This is something that nobody really thought about until it happened in a movie, and now it's all you can think about. You know, like, you're driving behind the wrong truck on the highway and you're desperately trying to change lanes because you don't want to die. I don't want a log to fall off of a truck and impale me in the face while I'm driving to work. God, that's tragic. That's the least hot way you can die. Anyway, this log is hot because it's long, it's hard, and it's giving you wood. The number 1 hottest killer in a horror movie is Candyman. The scene in the parking garage where he hypnotizes that dumb bitch and you can feel his deep voice just like penetrating your soul and reverberating in your loins was so hot. Not to mention his signature look is this opulent fur coat, so you know he has an appetite for luxury and he'll take really good care of you. Also, it's super hot that he's an activist and he started the campaign to save the beat.
The top 5 hottest movie killers. What do you think?
ParisNicholson, I love his mind. What a cutie. Oh my God, the log. The log was everything, right? Because in Final Destination, the scariest, but you remember Final Destination, boys, right?
Yeah.
Where for me, it was that glass, that big long glass that fell from the top of the high rise and just splattered the person and, like, into nothing. I was like, yes! Every time I see a high rise, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be splattered today. You know?
I love horror. I do not like the Final Destination movies because they're so realistic.
Right, because it can happen.
Yeah. I have thought, by the way, of that log and several other versions of Final Destination, and you... Oh, wait, that's a whole other conversation.
Wow.
Oh, no. So mean.
Yeah.
But all of these fictional murderers...
Wait, too soon? Hey.
They haven't started drinking yet, so that's the thing.
But all of these fictional killers, I think, have something very much in common with the leather community. They are just running around trying to get tied up. Nobody can catch them, and so they get all frustrated and murdery. I think if they just found the right guy...
If they took a fisting 101 class from you, they would stop killing
you.
You
know, I was going to say, that's exactly what I was thinking is, oh, there's the counselor in him. No way. Talk about how we can make this better. You're going to die, but it's going to be better as we get there.
I think my favorite so far, though, was the Candyman, though, because he kind of looks like a pimp, and I'm all about some pimps, you know? So.
Yeah.
I was disappointed, but my number 1 wasn't on the list.
Oh, what's that?
Which is Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Oh. Why are you reading my
Bale.
mind?
You know, like,
it's hip
he's
to be square,
the hottest
like my theme song
killer
now.
that's out there in any movie.
Yeah, we got to find more hip people for It's Happening Out.
And a little psycho is like, it's always kind of hot. Just a little bit of the psycho in there.
Help me, remind me, where do you live again?
I live in the beautiful township of Homestead, Florida.
Let me show it to you on a map. It's all the way down south here.
Yeah, well, it explains everything we're probably going to learn tonight. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.